Alright, dude. One more kill, and you're toast.
No, you'll be toast right about now.
Darn it. Good game, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah?
I mean, think about it, man. Nowadays we have, like, Xbox, PlayStation. I mean, if you really think about it, video games have come pretty far, haven't they?
Yeah. I mean, compared to games like, I don't know, the original Super Mario Brothers, it's pretty incredible.
I mean, man, you bring up a pretty valid point. As technology, evolved over the years, so has video gaming.
I mean, today, people take technology for granted. I mean, we should tell them what it was like before we had all this touchscreen stuff and mobile devices and all that.
Yeah, I agree. Alright, so now how can we accomplish this? Corey, come on. I've got an idea.
Oh, okay.
Well, Corey, fortunately, I have a time machine. Alright, now it's time to go back in time. Where's Corey? He made it.
We made it.
Yeah, and with these cool video games. So Corey, now that we have all this cool video game information, you want to tell people about it?
Sure, why not?
Alright, let's go. Hello, I'm John.
And I'm Corey.
And we're here to talk about video games. But not just any video games. You see, we're here to talk about the history of video games. Back in the year 1958, when computers were the size of small houses and color television had yet to be created, the first video game, Tennis for Two, was invented by William Higginbottom to quote-unquote cure the boredom of visitors at the Brookhaven National Laboratory. Though this was a breakthrough in video gaming, it was lost in history, and not many people know about this. Later, in 1961, the game Space War was invented by Steve Russell for the computer known as the PDP-1. This computer was roughly the size of your average bedroom, containing pre-microprocessor technology and a simple display on which to play the game. The game would require using 4 buttons: turn left, turn right, fire, and go forward. Sadly, only a handful of people were allowed to play this game, for it was only distributed at large universities on their supercomputers. Hey guys, right now it's 1972, and Pong has just been invented.
It was invented by Al Alcorn for Atari.
Yeah, it's really neat. It's similar to a game I mentioned previously. I believe it was called Tennis for Two. Yeah, it consists of 2 paddles and a ball. He has the left controller, I have the right controller. We just bounce the ball back and forth. It goes up to 15. It's pretty simple, but pretty cool.
Discover a world beyond your wildest dreams. Discover Atari.
The year was 1977, and Atari had just entered the home video game market with its new system, the Atari 2600. A revolutionary concept at its time, this color TV system had an advanced 8-bit graphics processor, which allowed for a more realistic arcade experience at the home. This thing has color and awesome sounds, and it's just fun to play.
Discover Atari. And discover how far you can go.
The Great Video Game Crash of 1983 was caused by the infamous number of bad games on the market, which included E.T. and Pac-Man for the Atari. The Atari Corporation had so much unsold merchandise that they crushed the remaining merchandise and buried it in a landfill in New Mexico.
Hey Corey, I just got this new Atari game.
Really?
Pac-Man? Yeah. Wanna play it?
Sure.
Alright. isn't Pac-Man. This is terrible. Well, at least I have this other cool game made by Atari. E.T. Alright, now for this E.T. game. Well, we got E.T. That's cool. So what do I do? Wear these black... What the heck? Why do I keep falling into these pits? This game is terrible. Take this, you piece of crap. Well, good thing that's over with. Now, let's move on to something more interesting. Nintendo.
Released in 1985, the Nintendo Entertainment System was Nintendo's first cartridge-based system and revitalized the video gaming market.
Well, actually, that's not entirely true. Released in 1984, the Family Computer, also known as the Famicom, was Nintendo's first cartridge-based gaming system. This system wasn't very well known because it was only released in Japan. Due to technological advancements, in 1988, the Famicom Disk System was released. One of the cool aspects about having a Famicom Disk System was that it could play more high-quality and high-res games than the Famicom cartridges could play alone. One of the final advancements of the Famicom was the Famicom 3D glasses. This was a very interesting peripheral for the Famicom, for it could let you view your games in 3D.
Alright, time to play some 3D games.
Now it's time to play in 3D! Well, for the time, this was pretty revolutionary here. I mean, if you think about it, only about, I don't know, say 2-3 years before, we had this. You know, giant blocks, pixels, all that. We've got a fully animated character. Now let's have some fun. Another advancement in technology which also made video gaming better for the NES was the light gun. Well, the light gun was a pretty unique concept for the time. Basically, how it works is that when you pull the trigger, the screen goes black except for one little white dot, which is your target. If this detects the target, then, well, you've hit it and you get a point. Alright, time to play some more Mario. What the heck is that?
This is the Sega Genesis. The Sega Genesis was released in 1989 to compete with the NES on the video game market. For example, the Sega Genesis has a 16-bit processor, whereas the NES only has an 8. This means that the images will be higher detail and clearer to see. Later on in 1994, the PlayStation was released. This offered a memory card way to save your data, and it was the first system to play CDs.
Now we've reached the 21st century, where we have game consoles such as the PlayStation,
The GameCube,
and the Wii.
As you can see, over the years, as technology has evolved, video games have evolved also.
Well, that is very true, Corey, because we went from the giant blocky 8-bit graphics of the Atari to the high-resolution images on the Xbox 360, PlayStation, and Wii. Well, thanks for watching our video. Bye.